Hey lovelies, it's time for a base game build. I built a base game mansion on a 50 by 50 lot in Wiloow Creek, and actually I still owe you guys a modern base game build. So this is what I planned, but then it turned out to be a quite traditional base game build. It's huge. It was a lot of fun to furnish this and also a lot of work, so it's a really big house. So I used the James Turner tool that allows you to disable some packs. I used the base game quick select in this case, so you create a command line, then you edit in origin in the game properties of The Sims 4, and then you can just disable certain packs or disable all packs. This is what I did here, and it's super convenient because when you do that, you don't have to filter by base game, you don't accidentally add something that's not base game to your build, and it's just so chill to build a base game house like this. I'm going to add the link down below in the description box so you can check it out yourself, and there you can also find a in-depth description so you can do this yourself. It's really easy, and ever since I have stumbled upon this tool, I have used it for every single base game build that I have worked on because it's just super convenient. So I wanted to build something that's big and spectacular, even though it's base game, and then it just kind of got out of hand and the build became bigger and bigger, and it was really tedious to furnish this. It's a really big house. Sometimes when I'm building on these huge lots, I still keep the house a little bit more compact, so there's a lot of landscaping going on, but the house isn't as big. But in this case, it's a really big house. So this is a really proper base game mansion. If you want to let your Sims live in a really big house, if you have some Sims who have made it in life, then this is a perfect base game mansion for them. Here I'm working on some trellis. I just used the small base game fence for this. I wasn't sure how big or small I would like them to be. Then I struggled to add one of the exterior trims to one of them, and then I confused myself and I deleted it and I built it again. So I just added more and more stuff here and there to make it look special. I really like to work on base game builds that don't really look base game at first glance. So you have a really big, lavish, beautiful mansion that looks very unique and special, and it doesn't scream base game. There's nothing bad about base game, but many people wish to use more packs or to create some amazing builds, and I just like to show that you can be really creative with base game alone, and you can create some really fun builds without any packs actually. Here I'm building a pool. I've made a tutorial about this. You can also find it down below in the description box, and I just used the foundation pieces to create a round shape on the outside, and then I added a pool underneath. This is just another fun eye catcher, and I worked with multiple levels for this build. So a part of the build sits on top of a hill, and then we have a sunken area with the pool, and this is just some type of pool house where you can have a barbecue on the inside. Of course, you can always remodel this and you can just add whatever you like. The pool house, as I've called it, behind the pool is not directly connected to the house. The roof on top just creates the illusion of this area being connected to the house, but you can only access it from the bottom, from the outside. And this is also why I added some stairs right next to it. So when you enter the house and then you leave it on the right, there will be a patio area. You can just walk down the stairs, so you can chill at the pool. You can enter the pool house. This would also be a perfect house for a butler in case you own vintage glamour stuff, but I haven't included anything for a butler because this is a base game build, but you can simply modify it if you want. I also wanted to include more round shapes. You guys know that I love to do that. Because I already used the round sections for the pool, I also used the hatch around it and created a round shape. I just used a lot of stuff. I also used the environment objects again. The pink bushes, the rocks, the little slab that I used in the stair section on the left side are all environment objects, and I just love them so much. But actually I ran into a little problem regarding the environment objects, and this does not affect this build because it's just a base game build. But as you guys know, I always add a list of the packs that I've used in a build to the description box, and then I noticed that when you use the environment objects, these objects don't pop up in the pack list in the gallery. This is where I pull the list of the packs that I used. I just save it in my library, and then I look up all the packs I used. I create the list and I add it to the description box. This is just convenient for you guys because in case you're interested in a build, you can take a look and you already know if you're on the packs or not, and if it would even make sense to look it up and download it. But because the environment objects don't show up in that list, sometimes that list is incomplete whenever I'm using them, and I just try to figure out a way to keep track of all the packs that I've actually used in a build. So for the last, I think, 2 builds, I haven't included the list because a incomplete list is not, it doesn't make sense. A incomplete list is worth as much as no list at all, in my opinion. But here, this is a base game build, so of course you don't need any packs. There's no list, but I just wanted to mention it because I have already received a comment about the list missing, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick explanation. I wish there would be a way to include them in the list in the gallery, because I mean, it would just make sense, obviously. They gave us these objects, but yeah, I don't know, maybe there's a workaround, maybe I will find a way to keep track of them. Of course, one option would be to not use the environment objects anymore, but I really like them, and I feel like it's a great way to make builds look more special, and I was super hyped when these objects were announced, and I know that a lot of you really love to use them as well. They are just great for landscaping especially, and as you can see here for a base game build, it just makes a build look more interesting, more spectacular. And also, many of these objects are for free. They don't cost any simoleons, so if you want to create a starter home, for example, it's an amazing way to create a very cheap yet amazing looking unique build. So personally, I just love them. At first I kind of stayed away from them for some reason, but now I use them all the time, and I was really gutted when I found out that they don't show up in the list. I'm sure many people have already figured this out a long time ago, but for some reason it took me months to notice. I'm really sorry. So for the last weeks or months, actually, some of the lists were incomplete without me noticing, and I'm really sorry for that. And speaking of packs, there are also some very exciting and positive news. We are finally going to get a Sims 4 University pack. The pack is going to be called Discover University. It's going to be an expansion pack, and the Sims team already tweeted a link to a trailer that is going to drop tomorrow. I'm recording this the day before the trailer drops. It's already scheduled on YouTube, and I'm really excited for the trailer. A university pack was never that high on my list of packs that I would wish for personally. It was never my favorite pack in all the other Sims games, but I'm still really excited because I always love new content. I don't use any CC, so when I want to build with some new stuff, I always have to wait for a new pack. So I'm really excited for that. I'm also excited that there will be a new theme to build for. It's just something very fresh and exciting, and I really love that. And I also know that a lot of you are super hyped up for University. It's probably the most anticipated pack ever. There was a huge hype surrounding cats and dogs and seasons, but I feel like this hype is just bigger than anything that we've ever seen before. So many people have demanded this pack. It doesn't matter if it was on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, everyone was just talking about University. And even when I'm Living or Realm of Magic were announced, people were like, oh, it's not University. So the hype is real, and I'm really excited. I'm just happy for you guys that you finally get the pack that you all wished for, and I cannot wait to build with this pack. I don't really play, I just build, so I don't know what's going on regarding the gameplay, but actually after all the stuff that I've seen today, I'm really tempted to actually play with this game for once. Usually I just don't have the time because I invest all my free time into building, but this just looks really interesting so far. There are 2 universities. It looks just like a lot of fun, and I will see if I'm going to like it gameplay wise, if I want to check it out, but of course for sure I'm going to build a lot of stuff for you guys. I've already seen a lot of negativity, but also a lot of positive responses on Twitter, and personally, I just wait and see. There was a lot of constructive criticism after the release of Island Living and Realm of Magic, a lot of valid criticism. Some stuff just wasn't good. Even I was super annoyed. I always tried to keep it positive, and I always kind of think about it from a builder's perspective. But in Realm of Magic, for example, there were no matching cabinets for the counters, and for island living we didn't get any matching island counters for the counters. So I was really annoyed because the same kind of thing, almost the same thing, happened again. We didn't get a complete kitchen to work with, and things like this. Some meshes were reused, and I actually spoke up about this. This is just annoying, but I think that these packs were still solid. I really enjoyed them. I think there are really good aspects about the different packs, and then there's just some stuff that's not good or some stuff that's missing. So I always try to view it from that angle. I like a lot of stuff, but then some stuff is just not that good or it's missing in my opinion. And I think that you can really speak up about these issues, and you can be really open about what you don't like about the game, and at the same time you can be really excited and happy about new content for your favorite game. So I think that it's not really an issue of I hate all of this. So I don't know, this is just how I think about this. And after the pack is out, of course I'm going to build a lot of stuff for you guys, and I will let you know what I personally think about this pack. I'm excited. As I said, it's going to be released on November 15 as far as I know, and this is pretty soon actually, and I'm really excited about that. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about a university pack? Are you excited for the pack? What are your expectations? Do you think it's going to be great? Do you think that all the criticism was taken into account while they worked on this pack? I would love to know what you think about this. And this is the interior. Furnishing a base game build is always a bit challenging because I feel like furnishing something is the most difficult part, at least for me. So I always try to do my best. And with base game, it's of course even more difficult, but it was also a lot of fun. I was going for a rustic, really traditional feel, so the interior fits to the exterior. And for the living room, I used some kitchen cabinets, and I was inspired by the wonderful, kind and talented Marlin Designs. I'm going to link her channel down below. Shout out to Marlin Designs. She's just amazing. She's always supportive of any creator in this community, any size. She's just amazing, and she has such a kind heart, and she has amazing ideas, and I'm sure you are going to love her build. So she was in a podcast called The Simmers Digest, and there I was listening to it. She was talking about using kitchen cabinets for basically anything, in living rooms, in bedrooms, and this inspired me to try it myself, because hearing her talk about this, I thought, yeah, why not? This is such a great idea. She was asked which item is something that is a must in any build basically, and I can totally recommend checking her out and using kitchen cabinets everywhere from now on. So yeah, as I said, her link is down below in the description box. Check her out, show Marlin some love, and tell her I say hi. She's just super amazing. Furnishing the kitchen was super weird because of its shape and the doorways and the door that leads to the outside. They were kind of in the way, so there is one section with the island counter, and then on the other side there are more counters with a stovetop. This here is one of the bedrooms. This house has 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, so it's a really spacious, huge house for a big sim family. So in case you let your sims move in, I hope that they are going to enjoy this mansion. And this is it, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.